hearing the stories, meeting some of the students who were food insecure made me realize the true need on campus.
Sometimes a college student needs help putting food on the table or soap by the sink. That's where the Wolves Pantry comes to the rescue.
The Center for Student Success offers tutoring services. We help with accessibility services, so students who need special accommodations. We have a dyslexia program for students as well, and we just help students with general skills.
This was a novel written by the British writer Zadie Smith in the year 2000.
We're trying to look at a new life in the Muller Center as we focus more so on our students.
It's called the Muller Center. You may not have heard of it, but if you're a Newberry College student, its programs have touched your life and it's helped make the college a community.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
You may not think of college students as being people in need, but in between the lines of campus life, some Newberry College students don't always know how they'll be able to meet their basic living needs, food, household items, and the things that they need for personal care. The Newberry College Campus Ministry is reaching out to students in need through an initiative called Wolves Pantry.
For those unaware, Newberry College provides a place for students in need of food, hygiene products, toiletries, and school supplies. It's been around for a while, but recently moved to the Weber House beside the Math and Science building on campus. It's run by Pastor David and intern Xavier White. We asked them a bit about what the Wolves Pantry is.
Wolves Pantry started a few years ago and recently moved from on the other side of Brokaw to the old Health Services House. So the Weber House moved to behind the Science and Math building. And our Wolves Pantry provides food, toiletries, school supplies, feminine hygiene products to students in need. Folks can come to the pantry. Typically the hours are Tuesday and Thursdays, and I think Friday afternoons. It'll be posted.
So we're currently, since the food pantry is currently being occupied, so we're currently, this is one of our blessing stations in the Science and Math building. And we have multiple blessing stations around on campus. We have the one in the AUC building, we have one in the CTE building, education building, and we also have one in Darby. So we also have one in LMC building. But this is one of our blessing stations. So like if anyone can't come have access to the food pantry, you're welcome to come down to one of our blessing stations. And then if you don't have like what you want, like let's say some of y'all like I know I see we don't have like any like water or any drinks. So like if you do not have what you need, just go ahead and scan one of these QR codes right here. Then we'll be glad to hear any of your suggestions or hear any of your ideas.
The pantry is supported by churches, local groups, Lutheran Men in Mission, Welco groups, other churches, other denominations. We have faculty and staff members who order regularly and have an Amazon ship each month. All of the items here have been donated. Financial gifts come in through the school and go to support the Wolves Pantry as well.
So because I'm also in the color guard of band, I use both the AMC blessing station and the SCM blessing station. I am in the SCM a lot more, so because I'm on the third floor, which is where it's located, I do sometimes between classes stop by, grab a little snack, scan the survey, say thank you for supplying the school with these snacks.
I didn't realize food insecurity was so real when I first got here and when I interviewed. hearing the stories, meeting some of the students who were food insecure, made me realize the true need on campus. And so over the last 2 weeks that we've been open in our new space, we've been able to feed 28 students who have shopped here and 35 students who have been to our blessing stations around campus. One of the things that I hope for the Wolves Pantry is that we are able to be open 5 days a week, if not 6 days a week, to provide for students that find themselves food insecure. One of the other things that I want to be able to do is have a blessing station over at Oakland Mills, providing some of the other necessities for their paper goods and food there. Stigma is real, but don't let that stand in the way of you being hungry or walking around with dirty clothes. We have folks who love you and love Newberry College and have generously donated, and so we want to provide food and supplies to make you successful. That is our mission statement. That is who we are, and folks generously donate to make that happen. So if you are in need, if you need a meal, if you need some toilet paper or paper towels or feminine hygiene products or school supplies, the items are here for you.
If in need, the Wolves Pantry is available Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., and on Thursday nights, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
My name is Tracy Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Newberry College has many resources to help students get their college careers off to a strong start and to help them develop skills they'll need in their future professional careers as well. One of those resources is the Newberry College Center for Student Success, and its director, Tracy Powell, joins us. Welcome to Close Up, Tracy Powers.
Thank you.
So, not many of our viewers may know what the Center for Student Success does. Tell us a little bit about the center.
Well, the Center for Student Success offers tutoring services. We help with accessibility services, so students who need special accommodations. We have a dyslexia program for students as well. And we just help students with general skills like study skills, how to manage conversations with faculty, because some students are new to that and they don't know exactly what to do if they need some assistance having conversations with faculty. So we just help make sure that they have the skills they need to be successful in the classroom and successful when it's time to transition to careers.
When should a student consider coming to get help from the center?
We would want students to come in beginning when their first semester on campus, because the earlier they come in and let us know they need resources and that they know what those resources are, the better we're able to help them.
Okay. What are the main issues you see students coming in to see you for?
It's a wide variety of issues, and one of the services that we also offer is career and professional development. So we even help students with resumes, cover letters, interviewing skills, finding internships. This morning we had a student in who needed assistance figuring out what they want to do with their major, so they what internship to look for. So we see them for a wide variety of issues.
Okay. What has the response been from the students you've helped?
The students are usually very positive and thankful that they have a place to go. We always tell the students if they're not sure where to go for help, then just to stop in. We're in the Wessels Library. We say, come and see us, and we can direct them to the right place on campus.
What do you consider the most important skill that a college student should develop during their time at college?
That is a very good question. I think that one of the most important skills is self-management. That kind of is a broad skill that students need to be able to manage whatever it is that life might throw at them while they're in school or after school. And knowing what their resources are is a part of being able to manage life.
Showing up on time is part of the training as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's an important core competency that employers look for after students graduate.
Do you have a dress attire that you wish the students would adopt?
Definitely for students who are going on interviews, students who are going to a career fair, we would like to see them at least in business casual. So like a polo shirt and nice slacks, nice shoes that are clean. If they're going for a professional interview, then a suit is always a good way to go, or a dress for the ladies is good with business shoes.
Okay.
That's what our employers look for.
Alrighty. If a student needs help from the center, what should they do?
They can just walk in. We're in the back of the Wessels Library and we can help them. They also can email any one of us who are in the center. We certainly have a website. One of the things that I would suggest they do is start going to some of the programs. We're offering a new program this year called Campus to Community Leadership in Action, and that starts on Monday, September the 15th, with great speakers coming in to talk about soft skills and how to market yourself.
Oh, that's awesome. So all the students here that are viewing this should take heed and try to get over there September the 15th?
That would be fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for being with us today, Ms. Powers. Appreciate you. Close up, we'll return in a few.
Thank you, Willie.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
NCTV-Newberry.
My name is Dr. Romy Rojin, and I work with 20th and 21st century British literature. We're actually focusing on a novel from 21st century British literature. Actually, it's on the cusp of the 20th and 21st century, because this was a novel written by the British writer Zadie Smith in the year 2000. This was the subject of a large number of bidding wars among publishers as well, and for very good reason. This is considered to be a classic of 21st century British literature at this point. Now, Zadie Smith, who is a black British writer, is somebody who is writing about, this is a novel that has acquired global repute at this point of time. And yet, despite the fact that it has acquired so many readers in different parts of the world, this is still a novel that is talking about a very small place in northwest London. It is talking about just a couple of neighborhoods and a couple of families even. Why is it that a novel that is talking just about a few families in a very small part of London, why is it that this novel has acquired such repute amongst the world's readership? That is something that we do need to talk about today. So, before we go into that, I'll show you a few spaces in Northwest London, and I do want you to look at what that looks like. Does that conform to your idea of what London is, what England is as well? This is Brixton. It's often referred to as Little Jamaica. This is Brick Lane. It is often referred to as Little Bengal. Let's look at the next place, Little Punjab, and this is Southall. Now this is very different from our perception of what London is or what England is, particularly for a US readership or a US audience. When we think about London or England, we think about a very specific kind of place that we imagine from Jane Austen or Charles Dickens novels, or even from contemporary shows like Bridgerton. However, and that would look something like this. However, the kind of space that we will be seeing in Zadie Smith's novel is what we often refer to as a diasporic space. What is the diaspora? The diaspora refers to people or communities who have been dispersed from their homeland. And at this point of time, many parts of London do actually have diasporic communities. People who come from different parts of Asia, South Asia, different parts of Africa, different parts of Latin America and the Caribbean. And that is something that we do need to see in Zadie Smith's novel. How exactly does she represent different parts of the diaspora and the ways in which they interact within this space? One of the things that we will talk about in today's class is the history as well as the space that we encounter in Zadie Smith's novel. Let's talk about the history first. Now there are several reasons as to why these diasporic communities end up in a space like London. Part of this is, well, England had a large empire, and a large number of people did come in from different parts of the empire to England following the end of the Second World War. Now many of these people were invited to London to make sure that the spaces that were completely blown apart by the Second World War were rebuilt. And a large number of them came to different parts of England for better opportunities. Now, after 1960, when a large number of people were coming to different parts of London, there were opportunities that were provided, there were job opportunities, but there were also opportunities for becoming citizens in England. However, many of these opportunities were later on were discontinued. Now the links that Europe as well as England had with the rest of the world were continued through these diasporic communities as well. Now one of the things that we do need to do when we are examining England or Zadie Smith's novel at this point of time is, what exactly do these spaces look like? One way of doing this is to digitally map these spaces. Now when you look at England and the different kinds of spaces that you find in Northwest London, one thing that a large number of students can do is to make sure that they are mapping not just different spaces and different kinds of restaurants or other kinds of zoos or parks or museums and so on and so forth, but also certain factors, certain geographical factors like immigrant densities, density of police deployment, the density of jails, for example. These are some of the things that would help us understand exactly what space Zadie Smith is representing. So before we get into an analysis of the characters or before we get into an analysis of anything else, space and history is something that we will need to talk about for the rest of this class. So when we are thinking about this history, we are also thinking about what its effects are. When Zadie Smith is talking about this tiny little space, she is not just talking about the people who have lived there for centuries. She is talking about the people who moved there from Bengal, the people who moved there from Africa and the Caribbean and different parts of Latin America and South Asia. So even as she's talking about this tiny little space in Northwest London, she is talking about the rest of the world. She is talking about different diasporic communities that have come there, that have engaged, and have completely transformed the way London is. So the London that we see here is different, but the London that we see here is one that is formed from centuries of colonialism and the people who have been affected by that colonialism.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Any college is a collection of people from different backgrounds, different cultures, and different life experiences. And that provides a unique opportunities to learn from others and build a sense of community and understanding. For the past decade, the Muller Center has helped the people of Newberry College engage with each other, with the Newberry community, and with the world around them. The Muller Center is observing its 10th anniversary, and its leaders are looking at what's next.
On the second floor of Holland Hall, there's a place dedicated to community involvement. It's the Muller Center, and it's celebrating its 10th year.
We're excited, first of all, to be having the 10th anniversary because it basically shows us where we've been and now where we're moving into sort of a new dimension of the Muller Center and looking at, of course, all of the past traditions, but we're trying to look at a new life in the Muller Center as we focus more so on our students.
We have always been student focused. I think now as we're moving towards a better new envisioning for the Muller Center, we're becoming more student facing. So our students are the ones who will benefit the most from the Muller Center as we become more student-centered and student-facing.
One of the students who has worked in the Muller Center's efforts is Savannah Brimsley.
The Muller Center is very good with leadership skills and engaging with different people, as well as their career, like, helping make kids' career goals and whatnot, and many students know what they should be doing in life or what they want to do in life.
Service is important to the Muller Center, but just as important is making students feel like they belong here.
We are going to be more student-facing, but we want to be we want our students to be more engaged, to have them to be a part of what it is that we're trying to do, and of course that's emphasized the importance of belonging.
I would say for sure allowing our students to find their purpose and their why when it comes to our events and programs, but also allow them to understand that they will feel belong, and Dr. Winder has already mentioned. We are the department that falls under the community and belonging umbrella. So ensuring that our students feel belong and feel welcome and also have a seat at the table, but not only a seat, but a voice at the table.
When they first look at this school with it in Wolves College, some people might get the idea that we only practice one thing. So I think it was great for students to know that it's not just one practice here and that they are free to do what they need to do for their own religious beliefs and whatnot. I still think that at the end of the day, the school is very good at making sure we are not discriminatory towards any student on campus. Of all different backgrounds, especially religions, to feel free to come here and be open about what they practice.
The Muller Center has several initiatives and partnerships within Newberry. One of the most visible around the town is the Little Free Library Project.
The Little Free Library Project was started back, I would say about 2015. we had a student who was inspired to lead this effort. And now that has started at Newberry, but it has also spread out into the greater community as well.
And that opportunity for all of the folks in the Newberry surrounding community can be a part of that.
Kiner says the Muller Center can't do it without local support.
We're just now pushing it forward. We have a bunch of community partners who engage in those activities well. And it's just great for our community and also for our students to be engaged in the community.
It focuses mainly on also civic engagement and how important it is for our students to get out into the community and give back.
People in a small town like Newberry love to see student involvement, and I think that with all of our students giving back to our community like we are, that gives this whole college a very, very wholesome look, and it encourages people to give back to the college as well.
We take our students not only into the classroom, but we take them outside the classroom and apply the material that they have learned in the classroom and apply it in the community.
We learn outside of the classroom, and I think that's an important fact as well. We're actually getting all of our students engaged in community service, and I think that's important to give back.
As the Muller Center celebrates 10 years and looks forward to what's ahead, Kiner hopes the community will continue to help.
Well, I would say continue to support the Muller Center through our culture awareness programming and also through our civic engagement opportunities that we implement for our students and faculty and staff. You can also visit us on our social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, and also visit our website. But also just stop by and see us in Holland Hall. We are in the 200 suite on the second floor of Holland, and we'll be glad to show you around and also help you implement some things within your classes and also with our students.
And it's important, again, I'll just say for all of our students to take advantage of this situation. You know, we always put things out there, but students don't always take advantage. But we're the Muller Center. We're student facing. We're here for the students, and we want them to know and understand that fact, that we're here for them.
That's all for this edition. I'm Marissa Boykin. We'll be back next time with another edition of Close Up.
NCTV-Newberry.